what do people think of us? The international media, and the general public in other parts of the world.
I'll tell you for free that one of the issues from Ghana that has captured international attention has been the Speaker of Parliament's response to Ken Ofori-Atta. That probe that has been huge. A lot of people are interested in it here for the key background reasons, but I'll get there in a second. I just wanted to make a quick comment on what you were talking about earlier with Raymond, which the elements of accountability that we have within our democracy itself. The problem with Ghana's elections from 1992 is that democracy has always been the election and not much else after, so that when decisions are being taken on behalf of the taxpayer often has no input, has little to no input, and there is often little to no accountability to the taxpayer directly. Why is this the case, Kojo? Because our political class is largely removed from the rest of us. We often find complaints that when, for instance, monies that are supposed to be allocated to members of parliament are being decided, sometimes they even ask the media to leave so that they can decide amongst themselves what they are going to pay themselves. And it has parliamentary correspondents have told you on numerous occasions. I'm sure Raymond, you've seen this happen. If you look elsewhere, if you look in South Africa, the president of the country, he regularly goes to parliament to go and account for what he is doing. If you look in the UK, where Kojo, you have spent so much time, so there are regular prime minister's questions. The leader of the country goes to parliament to regularly account for what exactly is happening. He goes to submit himself for questions like how the finance minister has done so far. The man that the finance minister answers to is the president. There was a tradition started under the Kufuor era called the Meet the Press era, where the president himself would sit and the rest of the country would ask him questions. Journalists would genuinely ask him questions. There have been questions raised about the credibility of that process. People say that, they planted people in the queues, but it happened. I remember it happened a number of times. Our very own MFA Powell went to ask John Mahama whether or not he has ever visited why there are people languishing in prisons. Under President Akufo-Addo, we went for those a couple of times. Could you remember? You and I went for those a couple of times. It's been a while since that President Akufo-Addo has appeared even before journalists, much less Parliament, which we don't have any mechanism for, or any form of public forum to answer questions. We saw the Vice President a couple of times. The President himself started off by doing it a couple of times. I must say, even for the last time that sort of engagement with the public happened, it was very short. I remember I was sitting in the crowd when Mr. President mentioned that at X time I'm going to have to leave. He's a busy man, but we comforted ourselves with the fact that it may happen again. It has not. So that's sort of the backdrop and approach we have formed what in Ghana we call a democracy. We can't ask questions. We can't hold people accountable.